Hey everyone. I decided to come live and talk with you all, mostly the women. So if you're here and you're coming on, what I want you to do is type 1 if you're pressing this live, type 2 if you're watching the replay, and if you're here right now, let me know what city and state you're from. And during this live, if you have any questions, post them in the comments and I will do my best to answer your questions. I don't use the live much, so sometimes, I don't see your responses, so don't get upset if I don't see your response, but if I do see your comment, I will do my best to answer your question. Okay, so what I have beef with today is, hi Quincy, how are you, darling? Hi Yvette. I see so many celebrities just making fun of Megan Thee Stallion and, just really making light of her situation. And what bothers me the most about it is a lot of people, women, are doing it. And then what happens, of course, is the blogs pick it up and the person who made light of the situation starts getting attention and blog access, right? They get their 15 minutes of fame and then they pop up like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. And that's not true. I mean, I'm not talking about Drea though, because Drea really seemed like she was just doing her little thing and it didn't seem like she was trying to harm Megan. But the rest of them, it's like people just say things about her to get attention. But here's the thing that I personally have noticed is that people don't seem to really care that how much black women are being affected in their relationships. And it's like no one wants to Quincy, you like my hat? Oh, it's a bad hair day, and I just went live in my Unicorn University tribe because we're doing a 90-day manifesting challenge, and it was the day to go live, and I was like, oh my god, my hair is not done. I was like, let me just put on this hat that I've never worn this hat out the house, so I'm just glad I found it. So then I came on here to talk to you all, and it's like, a lot of what people don't understand is black women are going through a lot. And I know a lot of people want to get this thing where they only say that no, none of these things are happening. And we all only want to focus on positivity. Even me, I love to only focus on positivity, in real life. But the thing is that a lot of black women are being hurt. And a lot of you, you only have the belief system that black women are being hurt because they pick bad men or because they're not good women. And that's not all the way true, Alexa says, I've been following you for a while. You are definitely inspiring. Thank you, Alexis. I so much appreciate that, honey. Thank you so much for telling me that. I really appreciate that. Because, when we're being inspiring, we need positive feedback. And so what was I talking about? So things are actually happening, okay? And a lot of black women are being hurt in relationships, and a lot of these women are heart-centered. And yeah, sometimes they do pick men. Yes, there are red flags, and there's always red flags in relationships. But here's the problem, is that society is so busy telling women to settle for less, that they're not good enough to get their desires, that they're not worthy, that they want too much, that by the time a woman, especially a black woman, gets into a relationship and she sees red flags, it's already been programmed into her that she's not all that she's not perfect, that she's unworthy, and that this is the best that she's going to get, so that she better work with that and make that happen. And then the men, when the men are in these relationships and they're not being good men, it's like they tell the woman the same thing. They start telling her, you're not perfect, you're not this, you're not that. And no matter how much she does for him, like he gaslights her and tells her that she's worthless. Like they beat women's self-esteem down either physically or mentally. And so here's the thing, like everyone trying to ignore it and pretend like this isn't happening actually isn't helpful. And good men who are actually good men trying to pretend like the world is just filled with good men, that's not helpful either, because what needs to help it, sorry, my retainer, I got my retainer on. So what needs to happen is that the dark needs to be brought out in order to pull it into the light. And what a lot of people think is a good man comes from them being around a limited amount of people. They've never seen like men excelling. Hi, Brian. How are you, darling? They've never seen people excelling in life and doing well. And here's the thing for men and women. A woman is a queen and she should be treated like a queen. You need to love a woman the way God would love her. And you need to love a woman the way you would love yourself. And as a man, if yourself, you want to be provided for, you want to be taken care of by yourself, okay? So you have to understand that a woman is a reflection of you. So if you're not respecting your woman and treating her like a queen, it's just saying, hey, I don't love myself. And a woman shouldn't have to cower down and be less of herself in order to make you happy. If you are a good man, you actually love seeing a woman in her power. You love seeing an embodied goddess. You love seeing a woman who is inspiring and confident. That's what good men do. Good men are not telling you, girl, you know what? You want a Mercedes-Benz. You don't deserve a Mercedes-Benz. Who do you think you are to think you deserve a Mercedes-Benz? It's not the way you talk to people. And so many people these days are just, they're all in these limited beliefs that they try to deflect on the others. And everybody in this world is capable of accomplishing their dreams and goals. The only reason why people don't accomplish their dreams and goals is because they have limited beliefs. And these limited beliefs make you feel like you're not worthy or you're undeserving, or if things are impossible, and nothing is impossible, okay? But back to Megan for a second, okay? So here's the thing with Megan. Like, I wrote a post like, how did Megan find herself getting shot by Tory? And the thing is, a lot of women tweeted me and they were like upset, and I didn't respond because I don't really use Twitter that much. If you want my attention, you need to be on Facebook. So here's the thing. Megan did find herself in this situation. Here's the thing about women is that a lot of these good men on my page, when they pop in, they actually try to tell y'all that you have power. They actually try to tell y'all to make better decisions and to choose better men. They actually tell you you have a vagina. You have all the power. You hold the cards. You hold the power. But I think y'all don't necessarily listen to these men, how they're trying to kindly give you this advice, okay? So as a woman, when you're dealing with a man who his main word for women is bitches, okay, you have to understand that there's a 98% chance that this man is not going to treat you well because he does not value women. So when you get in a relationship with such a man, you have to know that you're not going to be treated well. And here's the thing with a lot of men have not been taught how to treat women well. They don't value women. And that's also the reason why a lot of men don't have wealth, is because they're so busy running around chasing all of these women. They're so busy running around devaluing women. They're so busy telling women what they're not worthy of. And all that does is reflect right back to them, and they ruin their own abundance. The reason why y'all look up to celebrities who are married and you're like, oh, you know what, that's couple goals, bae goals, relationship goals. The reason why those people are goals is because, yes, they are working together to build an empire. And a lot of times you do see a lot of these celebrity men, and you see their woman, and their woman is happy, right? She's pulling out the Louboutins. She's getting a brand new car, because what these men understand is that when your woman is happy, she's going to do everything in her power to make you happy. And she's going to come up with even more inspiring ideas to prosper your empire. And when a woman is happy, a man is happy, and he's going to get abundance from that. He gets blessings from that. That's why God told men to cover your woman. And but back to Megan, is like, see, a lot of us, we hate saying hood dudes or hood dudes or hood dudes and labeling it as that, because a lot of men are not bad men, but they love to label themselves as a hood dude. They don't realize they kind of moved on. But a lot of hood dudes, like, and especially in rappers in the videos, like, they really, their belief system is, oh my God, women are not, you know, women are not important, women are not valued, and it's just such a backwards belief system. So when you get in a relationship with a woman and you don't value her, she's actually not going to value you. When you harm a woman, it's like you're harming yourself. So basically that's that. But here's the thing, with a lot of people were upset because I said tell women to get a man who provides. The reason, hold on a second, Market says it needs to be accountability on both sides. Everyone's story is different. And if people keep encountering the same type of person, that says a lot about them. It does and it doesn't, okay? So here's the thing. Honey, let's take honey for example, right? Like bees love honeys, flies love honeys, bears love honey. Everyone loves honey. And when it comes to a beautiful, popular, attractive woman like Megan, even though she does have her ways, a lot of men want to talk to her. A lot of men want to approach her. She's being approached by a lot of men, and she's gravitating to what is familiar to her. She's familiar with the men who are not going to treat her well. She's familiar with the men who have no value for her. So it's not necessarily about what you attract, it's what you decide to keep in your life. It's what you decide to let get close to you. So, and the thing about women sometimes is, yeah, when you've been in an abusive relationship, like he's right, like you do have a certain type of frequency, and you do begin to attract more men who are on that same frequency. But instead of saying, yeah, this is familiar, you have to go the other way and say, no, like, nah, I'm too good for this. I'm not dealing with this. And a lot of you women, you're too afraid to judge a man for who he is showing up as. And you're too afraid to say you're too good for something because you know the men around you are going to tell you you're not all that for whatever reason they want to tell you. And you know there's going to be women who also don't love themselves. Any woman who is trying to limit you, that woman don't love herself. A lot of women don't love themselves, and they don't love themselves, and they're in a relationship, right? When a woman is in a real good relationship and she's treated well, trust me, she speaks life and love to everyone she meets. She tells women, yes, go out there and get you a good man. But most women have kind of gave up on their life, okay? So they don't understand. So the thing with the relationships, though, is that women are feminine energy and men are masculine energy. So as a man wants to kind of control things. So when he gets with a woman and she's kind of strong-minded, and he's like not providing for her, and she's continuing to provide for herself the way she always has, she really doesn't see a difference when she gets with a man, because she's still kind of doing everything on her own. The only difference is now she's having sex with a man who may contribute half. But the thing about divine masculine men is divine masculine men have a belief in themselves. They believe in their ability to provide for a woman. And because they believe in their ability to provide for a woman, they end up doing amazing things in life, and they end up getting wealthy, because in order to really get wealth in this world, like, you need a woman, okay? Like they say, behind every powerful man is an even more powerful woman. That's because we are not created to be alone. We're not created to do things alone. And as a divine masculine man, they understand that they can do anything. They are unlimited. All they really need is the support of a good woman when they come home. And a lot of men like, nope, I need a woman to give me half. I need a woman to be a slave. I need her to cook. I need her to clean. But that's not what you're supposed to be with people for, okay? If you need a slave, you know, it's like, hey, hire a chef, hire a maid. Like, yeah, a woman should know how to cook. It's just fun to know how to cook, right? But, you know, you can hire a chef or a maid for that job. The reason you're supposed to be with a woman is not for labor purposes. You're supposed to be with a woman because you like her energy, because you really value her energy, because you appreciate how she makes you feel, because you appreciate how she stimulates your mind, and because you appreciate it. Maybe she's a good mother, maybe she's a good friend to you. Those are the things you need a woman for. Like, you don't need a woman to labor. And that's where a lot of men have things messed up, and they're like, oh, I need a woman for this, I need a woman for that. And it's like, it's just a limited man's mindset. When men are limited, they think they need a woman to be a slave. And as a man, if a man does not know what he wants out of life, and he doesn't know what he needs from a woman, then he's not going to appreciate any woman he gets. A man could get Beyonce and actually not appreciate her. And if you know Beyonce's past, you already know about her ex-boyfriend Wilbur, who, you know, he was mad at her because she was busy on tour, and he wanted her to spend more time with him, and da-da-da-da-da, right? He wanted her to be a nobody, and Beyonce wasn't a nobody. She was a somebody, so she had to leave him and move forward. And then what does he do? Like, he pops up on interviews crying, right? And nobody cares, okay? So what Beyonce did is she went and got with a real man who is divine masculine, and understand that, yes, Jay-Z can't provide everything for Beyonce. Does she need him to? No. But can he do it? Yes. And all a woman does when she's with an abundant, brilliant man is prosper. That's all she's going to do, is prosper. But a lot of you men complain about the type of women that you end up with, and the reason that y'all end up with no good women for men, because y'all have so many choices in women. Like, women will do anything most of the time just for a man. So what y'all good men actually do, who do pay bills and do what you're supposed to do as a king, y'all tend to pick women who say sweet words, and you're kind of afraid of the strong woman who actually will tell you about yourself. You're afraid of the woman who has some type of power and authority. You're afraid of the woman who goes after what she wants. So you kind of go for the weaker woman, where you think she's weaker, right? And the whole time she's not even feeling you. And she doesn't even understand, like, oh, well, I have to do A, B, C, and D. I might not be home all the time because I run a business, and, you know, I have to make money. So she doesn't understand she doesn't understand what it takes to run the business. She doesn't understand what it takes to be you, and she doesn't care. She's like, yeah, time, because she doesn't want anything out of life. When you get with these women who be like, yep, I don't want nothing but dick and time, I just need a little of your attention, that's all I need from you, she ain't about nothing. Because any woman that's worth her weight in gold, she wants a man that's on something. She wants a man that's going somewhere. She wants to build a legacy. She wants to build an empire. But like I said, y'all be too afraid of those women. So you get with the lower class woman who has no value for you. A woman who doesn't value herself is not going to value a high value man. Like, that's common sense. But, you know, y'all say it all to women, how women choose the wrong man, but y'all don't realize how y'all choose the wrong women. Like, it's so many men who come on this page, attack me. And I understand it. Like, most men don't even recognize that I'm enlightened, right? Only enlightened beings really recognize that I'm enlightened. So they talk to me in a certain type of way. And when these men come on the page, automatically I recognize the king in them. They see the queen in me, and it's just like, you know, namaste. And we understand each other. We feel each other. There's an energy, there's a vibration, and there's a vibe. So as women, you have to say, you know what? I'm not dealing with any more bottom barrel, low class men who don't value women, men who don't believe in their ability to provide for a woman. Because as a woman, here's the thing about women. A lot of you women, you have multiple kids, and guess what? You take care of all of your kids. You take care of the household, and sometimes you let a man move in with you and you take care of him too. Okay, you handle business. So why would you be with a man who doesn't have that same mindset to handle business for his family? That's a man that's weaker than you, right? And when you get with a man that's weaker than you mentally and physically, that's a problem, okay? Your relationship is not going to work out too well, because you're not going to have any respect for him, okay? And a man who doesn't want to provide, he doesn't respect himself. So of course you're not going to respect him. And then you have to honor what it is you really want out of life. If you in your heart, you're like, hey, I want a man that's a king. I want a man that's going to provide. I want to live a luxury lifestyle. You can't be listening to these mediocre people out here who don't want nothing nothing out of life, who didn't talk themselves out of their dreams and goals. You got to go with what God put in your heart. And when God puts something in your heart, it's because you are worthy, you are deserving, and he wants you to have that, okay? That's what he wants you to have. It's your responsibility to go get it. It's your responsibility to not let anybody talk you out of what God has for you. When you get with a man and he like I saw a guy share my post today and he's like, this chick is so sedity. And you know, I that reminded me of when I used to live in the projects, and the men would call me sedity. Why would they call me sedity? Because I wasn't about to wear Air Jordans. I wasn't about to be the hood chick. I wasn't about to fight. I wasn't about to act like I didn't have no class. I wasn't about to act dumb. I wasn't about to do any of those things. All I was going to be is be the woman that God called me to be. And a lot of y'all women, you know you spectacular. You know you amazing. You know you awesome. But what you go do? You go get with some bottom barrel man who's going to tell you that you ain't all that. And you know what? Nope, you're not going to be all that when you with a man who don't value you. If you with a man that don't value you, you ain't all that, okay? The women who are all that all you women look up to are these celebrities. Y'all love Black China. You love Steve Harvey's wife. You love the chick that's on Instagram posting her Louboutins and her vacations. And what y'all don't understand is all of these women have abundant, prosperous provider men backing them up. How do I know that? There are men on the internet who send me thousands of dollars and I've never even met them. I have men who have signed up to coach for me and paid me and never even coached for me, okay? They just gave me $5,000 because that's what they wanted me to have, okay? So when you embody your goddess energy and accept what it is you're supposed to have, then you're going to meet men who'll be like, yeah, you the one. Let me help you out. Let me give you this. Yeah, I want you to win. I see what you're doing. I attract so many powerful men. It's like crazy. And because I attract these wonderful, amazing, powerful men, I know that good men exist, okay? So that's what I'm telling y'all. And you can't let these men call you a gold digger, okay? Because why these men call you a gold digger is because they can't afford a high value woman, okay? But if you say your vagina is gold and you stay in that position and you don't just be throwing it out like crumbs to these men, guess what these men gonna do? They gonna get up, they gonna get some money, and they gonna get that gold digging woman they want, because that's what they really want anyway. Men actually want a woman who values themselves, okay? A lot of men, like when y'all get with these men who do provide, like a lot of women try to bend over backwards to please these men, and that's why they don't like you. Because you don't value yourself. And when you get into all these abusive relationships, y'all see what these men say in the threads. Instead of getting offended by it, read what they say. Be like, oh, look how they talk about this woman because she got 3 kids by 3 different men. Right? So when you meet a man and you're young right now and you don't have any kids, what are you going to do when you meet a man? No, you cannot nut in me, okay? No, I'm not having your kid. Yes, you need to marry me. Yes, you need to provide for me. No, I'm not going any other way except to value yourself. You have to stand in your power. If you don't stand in your power as a woman, these men will run over you, okay? Even the so-called men who call themselves good, they will take advantage of you. Like everything today is about loving yourself and valuing yourself. And the men who don't like women who value themselves, those are some weak men. A man who telling you what you ain't worthy and deserving of, that's a weak man. A man trying to tell you, well, I don't know who you think you are. Like all of a sudden today you feeling yourself. But last week you was living in the projects. 3 years ago, you used to be over here in this small apartment doing this and that. Like, okay. So what, okay? You have a right to change your mind. You have a right to improve yourself. And you have a right to level up, okay? And if you want a good man, you need to level up. And I'll tell y'all another thing, like, a lot of the women that come on the thread, they be like, oh, she got weave, she got makeup, da-da-da-da-da. You know what? That's why they getting treated like crap, okay? Because they listening to these men, changing their looks to appeal to men, and the men don't even want them. The men go after the women who value themselves, okay? So don't let people trick you out of looking the way you want to look. It don't matter. If you want natural hair and you got this beautiful afro, Wear your natural hair in a beautiful afro because that's what you want. That's what your soul wants. Not because some man tells you, I value her more because she don't have hair. Because all they do is chase the top-notch women, and the top-notch women don't want them because those men cannot hold the standards of a top-notch woman. The men who hold the standards of a top-notch woman, those are the wealthy men, okay? And the wealthy men are the men who appreciate top-notch women, and the wealthy men appreciate them because they understand how much that energy is going to improve their lives. They understand how it's going to impact them coming home to a beautiful, sweet, loving, nurturing woman, okay? And the same thing about a lot of people getting into it in relationships, the communication. Communication is everything, and most people actually don't know how to communicate in relationships. So that's something that everybody needs to work on. And women, you have to learn how to express your needs to men. A lot of women, you have been around so many feminine men that you act masculine, and the reason you act masculine is because you're used to men who need half from you. You're used to men who you got to take care of, men you got to provide for, men who no matter what you do for them, they say you ain't doing enough for them, and that makes you act masculine. So when you get around a provider man, I'm gonna tell you, like, provider men, when you get around for them, you be thinking they need your brain, they don't need none of that, okay? All they need is your feminine energy and for you to be helpful to them in other ways. And when you're used to dealing with feminine men and you're used to being masculine, like, masculine men, they don't want that. Like, you kind of scare them because you're not soft, you're not nurturing, you won't allow a man to take care of you. And as a woman is created to receive, so you have to allow a man to take care of you. Men are created to give, okay? That's why a man has a penis and a woman has a vagina. But these men out here who don't provide, they don't understand those codes, okay? And these are universal codes. That's just the way the world works, okay? And when you get with a divine masculine man, you are divine feminine. Your energy together is such abundance that you create wealth, and you respect each other, you love each other, and you honor each other, okay? You are not here, like, I see my book in the background. You can't force a man to value you. Like, so many women have that book and they are manifesting the man of their dreams. Even men inbox me and buy my book and tell me, like, man, I've learned to value myself more from this book, because a lot of men are good men and they get with women who don't value them. Like, a lot of men do provide and they get with a woman who, she don't even understand the point of a man providing for her. Like, she just feels like she's getting over. And when you get with women who think they getting over on you, yeah, they ain't no better than bad men. But that's what I mean about men. Y'all got to get with heart-centered women, but y'all feel like heart-centered women are too soft. Y'all feel like they way too soft. So you go for the selfish woman, because what you're really attracted to is a woman that loves herself and makes you chase her. So y'all hearing this, women? Men like chasing women, okay? Any man that you got to chase, like, he is not worth it. That's not the man that God called you to be with, because a man is going to go after what he wants. And if he wants you and he thinks that you're his dream girl, he's going to chase you, okay? So that's the thing about a lot of men. They ain't chasing. They do make money, and they be like, you know what? Now that I got some money, I'm just going to wait for women to chase me. And that's what's up, okay? So then he ends up getting the scraps, okay? Because queens don't chase men. And the only way some queen or goddess is going to chase a man is if he's rich and it's really beneficial to her. So, that's just how men get stuck, okay? So if you are a man and you're complaining about women, the same way you tell women to take self-accountability, you need to take self-accountability for your decisions and the women you end up with. And you need to, even before you get in a relationship, you need to write down on a piece of paper. Everybody needs to write down on a piece of paper, like, okay, this is what I want from a man. This is what I want from a woman. And you need to know your needs so that when that person pops up, that you have some value for them. A lot of people actually meet their soulmate and they have no value for their soulmate because they don't recognize what's happening. And meeting your soulmate is one of the most beautiful things that could ever happen in your life. It opens your heart up to so much immense love. Meeting your soulmate is a love you never felt before. And meeting your soulmate, it changes your life because it allows you to feel God's love. It allows you to feel God's presence in your life. needed that water. So, Karen says, if you find a good one, are there any? There are a lot of good men on this earth, but they operate on a very high frequency. Okay. And to raise your frequency, Karen, you have to heal yourself. And that's what I was saying. Y'all have to heal from the masculine behavior. A lot of, especially black women, have a lot of masculine behavior because from birth that people have told you you're not worthy, and they told you that you got to work hard and that you're not good enough, and all these things that men tell you. You know, you start believing that at a very young age, and you start trying to prove yourself by working hard, and it just messes you up, and you don't value yourself, and then you self-sacrifice yourself, and then you end up feeling resentful because when you self-sacrifice yourself, all that does is cause men to take more from you. Even your own kids. A lot of women self-sacrifice themselves for the kids, and then the kids start grabbing at you, clutching at you, and not appreciating you because you're not on earth for anybody other than yourself. You are on earth to value yourself. You are on earth to love yourself. You are on earth to put yourself first and to get what it is you want out of life. And when you have people who are not full of love around you, yeah, they're going to knock you down. They're going to tear you down. And it gets rough because who wants to be torn down all the time? Like, you know, I come on this page and people do what it is they do. And, you know, it has made me much stronger. And, you know, I know God has a call on my life. So it's like, should I listen to these people over here or telling me what I'm not and all this other negative stuff? Or should I go over here and do what God called me to do and empower these women and empower these kings? I also empower a lot of kings. Like, I heal a lot of kings because kings get just as heartbroken as women, ladies. So you need to raise your frequency, and how you raise your frequency is to heal. How you raise your frequency is to stop dumbing yourself down. Stop dumbing yourself down for these men. A lot of people tell you to dumb yourself down, but when you dumb yourself down, you attract men who don't love you for you. If you want a man, or even a man, if you want a woman to love you for you, you got to show up as you. Like, how many times have you heard a man say, "You don't even know me"? And when he has said that, that man has been the most wounded man in the world because he doesn't feel like a woman is going to love him for him. So he shows up as this false version of himself, expecting love. He doesn't even show this woman his real self. So he resents her for not knowing who he is. He resents her for liking the person that he shows up as and doesn't take accountability for not showing up as the man that he really is. Everybody has to be more authentic. Everybody has to show more of themselves. And men, like so many men, like society has told y'all that y'all can't express yourself, that you don't have any feelings and emotions, and that you have to be hardcore. And that's wrong, okay? Because men have emotions too, and you need to express yourself also. And that's why you need a woman that you can safely express yourself with. You're not going to be safely able to express yourself with a woman who is paying half the bills most of the time because she doesn't have respect for you. Like most women, they don't even have babies. Like, okay, so check this out. A lot of men are telling y'all that y'all got multiple kids and your dad and the baby daddies ain't nowhere around. So here's the thing about that. The reason why you have multiple kids and the baby daddy ain't around is because you were in a 50-50 relationship in the first place, okay? Men who pay bills are more bound to stick around and provide for their kid. Even if y'all break up, he's still going to be there in your life. He's still going to be giving you money. A lot of men, they'll be married to a whole new woman, but yeah, I take care of my baby mama. Yes, I take care of my baby mama. Yes, I see my kids. Why? Because that's just the man that he is. So y'all ladies have to understand that men who provide are better men. And when you don't understand that, you really got to just take a look at your old relationships and the drama that you had with the men, the beat, and how they were trying to control you, and how you were like, especially boss chicks who make 6 and 7 figures, they be like, dude, who do you think you talking to? They talk to men all kinds of sideways because that man is in her life not providing. And it's like, if you're a man that's in a boss chick's life and you're not providing, who do you think you talking to? The same thing when these dudes be in my comments talking crazy to me, like, the lack of respect they have for me would be the same lack of respect I have for them, because I know that by them not respecting a woman of my power, authority, and position, I know that they're not nobody. I know that they're not a good man, okay? Because good men, they just don't act like that. Good men aren't on the internet arguing with women. Good men are off somewhere handling business, doing real estate deals. That's what most of them do, okay? Or they're building a business on the internet and getting money. They're figuring out how to walk in their purpose and change lives. So as women, if you want a good man, you need a man who's walking in his purpose. And a lot of men are walking in their purpose. And I'll tell y'all something else, like, up until the past 2 years, before the past 2 years, I had never even met a man that was more smarter than me. Like, I was always the smartest. Like, I could meet men with multiple degrees. They have doctorate degrees. I would still be smarter than them. But when I raised my energetic frequency, that's when I started to attract all these brilliant men. And that's when I started to attract men who actually feed life and love into me. Like, when I have a problem now, or I'm like working on something, I have men who I can call who can speak life into me. And if you're a boss chick, you need men like that. And you need men who understand that you are a boss chick and you do have purpose in this world. Every woman is not some weak woman who was only meant to have kids. Some women, you are like super women. You're powerful, but you're not supposed to be powerful by yourself. You're not supposed to have to do it on your own. You're supposed to have a man who helps you, okay? And a man that helps you, trust me, he comes to you helping you. Like, when I met provider men, it was shocking to me. They were like, what do you need? What can I help you with? Here, I want to marry you. Like, I've had so many men ask to marry me in the past couple years. And these men said, and I will provide for you. I will give you what you need. Versus other women, you know, you date men who like, yeah, you gotta get it out the mud if you're gonna be with me. And because of your environment and because you're around other women who let men treat them like that, you think you supposed to be treated like that too. I do free strategy sessions for like 6 and 7 figure business owners who want to scale up, and, you know, powerful boss chicks who are tired of wondering why men pick needy women over them. And sometimes, you know, people schedule calls with me and they might not be doing the greatest in life, okay? So I talked to this girl yesterday, and she was beautiful, y'all. This girl is so gorgeous. Like, y'all all would turn y'all head if y'all saw this woman. And she's been in abusive relationships. She has, you know, 3 kids now to take care of by herself because she's been in abusive relationships, and men have went on about their business, and she had to leave in order to find her peace. And what women don't understand is when you're with men who don't treat you like a queen, you're throwing away your money. Being with a man who doesn't treat you like a queen is throwing away $1 million, literally, okay? Because you have to lower your own frequency to be with a man who doesn't value you. You have to lower your own frequency to be with a man who doesn't love you. You have to lower your desires to be with a man who doesn't provide for you if you want a man to provide for you, okay? Some women want to do the 50-50 thing and drain themselves, and they swear it works. But if your soul, like I said, wants a man who provides, a 50-50 man is not going to work for you, and you're not going to respect him, and he's really not going to respect you either. Because like, I talked to on the phone one day to this guy, another free strategy call, somebody straggled in, and he was just telling me like, yeah, I want a woman like you, but I don't want her to be as confident as you, okay? Because what I want her to do is give me half of her money so I can save up, okay? So I can do what I need to do. And then he told me, but it's cool, you know what? I'm going to get me a woman like you. I'm going to go find me a woman, and she's going to give me half of her money. I'm going to do what I want to do, and then I'm going to go get a woman like you. Men want to provide for a woman, so you really have to be careful when you're with a man who can't provide, you know? And even if you're young, if you're 24, 25, and you meet a man who, okay, a lot of them don't have it together, but he's going to show you that he wants to do for you. Like maybe he'll buy you an inexpensive car or something, okay? He's going to show some signs of being a good man. But if you're over 35 and men ain't providing, girl, save yourself some time and a headache by accepting, hey, I need a man who provides for me, okay? And when you accept that, a man is going to provide for you. Okay, that's just what's going to happen. You have to accept your desires, because this is your life. Like everybody is a soul having a human experience. Like people think your body isn't really you. Okay, it's like a illusion. Like your body is an illusion. Like you're just playing a role on this earth, and what's real is your spirit that's inside of you, and your spirit is always telling you, I want this, I want this, I want that. And you know, I was talking to a client the other day, and she was like, yeah, I want this car because that's what I can afford. And I have to tell her, no, that's not how life goes. You don't go what you can afford, you go after what you want. Because when you go after what you want, it expands you, because you have to raise your consciousness and start doing more of what you want. You have to remove your limited beliefs in order to get what you want. If you keep settling for mediocrity, you're not going to get the life you want, okay? So who has any questions? Karen says, I never dated an intelligent man than myself. Me too. He will go get the bacon, then come back and cook. Yeah, and you know what? I see so many women, like sometimes I watch people's stories, and the women who are being provided for, these women often cook the most beautiful meals. They be in the kitchen throwing down. And, you know, I love to see how they throw down like that and cater to their man. And these are the women who really went after their dreams, because that's what a lot of women want to do. You need to be honest. A lot of you women, you do want to cater to a man. You do want to feed your man grapes. You do want to treat your man like a king. But in order to do that, you actually need a king, okay? You cannot keep trying to turn a court jester into a king, okay? He has to be a king and show up that way. He has to be so inspired by your feminine energy that he wants to give you the world, okay? A good man wants to give you the world. He does not come to you to say, what do you bring it to the table? You know what? Run away from any man that's asking you what you bring to the table, okay? Because he is supposed to provide the table for you, and you are the decorations that are on the table that make it 10 times beautiful, okay? Like ice cream, you put some sprinkles on some ice cream. Ice cream is already good without the sprinkles, right? The sprinkles are the extra, okay? So as I said, every woman needs to get this book. You can't force a man to value you. I am going to post a link to it in the comments, and I'm going to post it in the caption. So any high value woman, especially if you're making 6 figures and you've been like around here stressing over these men because you out here buying them gifts, taking them shopping, and bending over backwards to show them that you don't feel like you're all that, and all these other things, dumbing yourself down so he doesn't feel like you're more intelligent than him, he doesn't feel like you're better than him. You got to stop doing that, girl. You have to value yourself, and you have to learn how to get some feminine energy and remove that masculine energy, because the only men who are attracted to women with masculine energy are feminine men who need your masculine energy to make up for their lack thereof. Okay, so hi Mark Breedlove. Y'all have to follow the Breedloves on YouTube, okay? They have this really big estate. They have this farm. He has these wonderful, amazing kids. He has this beautiful wife who is a doctor. She has natural hair. They have businesses. They are so adorable. And if y'all really want a family to look up to, especially as a black man, to just have, you know, some type of light to see a good black man really leading his family, being a provider, being a leader, go and follow Meet the Breedloves on YouTube, okay? Like, that man will change your life, okay? So love y'all, and I hope y'all having a great time. If anybody is watching this, if you want to work with me, inbox me, okay? And I will send you the application to work with me. If you are having a hard time in relationships and you really want to meet your soulmate and you legit want to meet real love, and you are a professional businesswoman or a professional man who is willing to invest in yourself in order to attract the love you deserve, inbox me, okay? Love y'all. Bye.